I could see a lot of hands raised outside of this box, which only I can see, you can't. Okay, I forgot the next line. Okay.
You're a little bit passionate.
Sorry?
You're a little bit passionate.
He wants to be your Valentine.
Okay. Yeah. The thing is that I'm going to propose this rose to someone who is inside. Can you guess who is it?
Woman.
Sorry? Woman. Of course not. It is the stage. It is the podium. Podium and the stage are my Valentine for this evening. Silence, please. I'm going to propose now. Would you be my Valentine this evening? Thank you. For a smoother experience, turn off your mobile phones to silent mode. If you want to step out, step in, do so when you hear an applause sound. Today we only hear love, love, and love. We will not speak on politics, sex, and religion. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. Question to all the wonderful women and the gorgeous girl in this room. How would you like to celebrate your Valentine's Eve? Any idea, please? Because it will be helpful for me tomorrow and even the gentlemen who are sitting here. Any idea? Any? I said wonderful women, gorgeous.
Candlelight dinner.
Okay.
What do you mean dinner?
All right. So, all right. I'm gonna tell you a small Valentine's Eve story. She was invited on a Valentine's Eve by her hubby to watch a movie. Couple of months before their wedding. Can anyone guess which movie it could be? Any guesses? Do you need clue?
Yes.
I also initially thought it could be the Basha of Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan, and the Rani of Bollywood, I think, Rani Mukherjee. Not. Not. Okay. But her fiancé liking was something very different. Her fiancé likes the angry man. She henshaw of Bollywood, Amitabh Bachchan. And the heroine remains same Rani Mukherjee. Which movie is that? Amitabh Bachchan and the Rani Mukherjee. Black. What a romantic movie is it? Black. That's the right answer. First time she was seeing the Amitabh Bachchan on the big screen. It was so boring. Not the Amitabh Bachchan, but the story itself. She fell asleep. Later, she did a crazy shopping and she ensured that there was no black in that. Later followed by a candlelight dinner. Despite there were a lot of veg dishes on the plate, his eyes were deep into not the barbecue chicken which was kept on the other table. His eyes were deep into black, beautiful eyes of our president. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome our lovable, charming President, Toastmaster Amrith Kaur.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imtiaz, for that Valentine's anecdote. Of course, at that time, he was not my fiancé, neither my husband. He was trying to win over me, and he did. Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
I welcome you all to meeting number 1515. Secretary, Toastmaster Abhinava, to give minutes of meeting for the previous meeting.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
2000 was when my parents were engaged. 2002 was when they married, I guess. Yeah. And for nearly every anniversary, my dad wore that one single outfit. This. Today, he finally passed it down to me after I asked him so many times. And I believe it's a perfect suit to wear for this occasion. Well, I was also told to wear something red and pink to match the occasion, but I guess all my affection and love comes from one single point, my heart. So this tie is enough, I guess. Now, enough chit chat. Let's get to the MOM of the previous meeting. 1514. The meeting was the theme of the meeting was confidence is built, not found. The word of the meeting was resilient, the ability to withstand or stand up to any difficult situation. The winners of the last week's meeting was as follows. The best speaker award went to Toastmaster Sonal Sharma. The best evaluator award went to Toastmaster Siddhanshu Rattan Shetty. The best role taker award was shared between Toastmaster Rashi Palgota and Toastmaster Pradeep Padmanabhan. The best auxiliary role taker award went to Toastmaster Vincent D'Souza. And the best table topic speaker went to Toastmaster DTM Vijay Anand. The total number of members present last week was 24 and the total number of guests present was 40 thanks to Skiller School of Technology. I'll let you get back to this romantic somewhat meeting. Have a nice evening everyone.
Alright, members, any changes in the previous meeting?
No.
We pass minutes. Can I request all the guests to raise their hands? Okay, I'm not a guest, so I won't. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for attending today's meeting. Members, how do we invite our guests? Can I request the current executive committee to please stand? Alright, so guests, if you have any questions about Toastmasters or Speechcraft, you can reach out to our executive committee during the break or after the meeting. You may please take your seats. Thank you. Now today we are celebrating Valentine's Day. And you must be thinking that I will talk about my husband. But I'm sorry to disappoint you. Now love is a beautiful emotion, right? How many of you have ever fallen in love? Really? Okay. Great. I can see few hands. And those who are not raising, they are definitely lying. So when you are in love, or when you fall in love, it is like being on a roller coaster ride. Your knees go soft. Your stomach has a lot of butterflies. Your heart is racing. Your palms are sweating. Your cheeks are flushed. You're breathing, but you're breathless. Your body stops responding and your brain stops working. And any logic goes missing. The person you are in love with, you do not find any fault. In fact, you find that person really special and unique. Even when your family and friends are saying, "Are you sure?" That happens, right? Well, that is perhaps why it is said that we fall in love and not rise in love. But apart from all these biological changes that happen in the body, there is primary reason why we say we fall in love. Normally, 90% of the time, we think from our head. But when we fall in love, we fall from our head to our heart. And we become, from head-centered, we become heart-centered. And perhaps I have always been heart-centered. That is why I had many romantic relationships while I was growing up in my childhood. I fell in love when I was in 7th standard with my maths teacher. And suddenly, calculus and algebra started making all the sense to me. Then when I went to 12th standard, I fell in love with my biology teacher. And that is when I picked up my drawing skills. When I went to college, I fell in love with my computer teacher. And then I became artificially intelligent, but naturally stupid. But I had not stopped falling in love. It still continues till date. Because I am going to invite someone that I am absolutely in love with. And before you judge me, I know you're already judging me, I will tell you why. Before joining Bangalore Toastmasters Club, whenever somebody asked me, Amrith, how are you? My response used to be, yeah, I'm surviving. But then once I heard this person. Whenever this person is asked, how are you doing? What is the response? Top of the world. And he inspired me and upgraded my vocabulary from I am surviving to I am thriving. And not just that. Last term when I participated in my humorous speech contest, I wanted to practice my speech with him. So he invited me to come at his house. And I must tell you that I was welcomed at his house with so much love. And not just by him, but also by his beautiful wife and sweet daughter, Shreya. So this person embodies love. He loves what he says and he says what he loves. He loves Bangalore Toastmasters Club because each week he is negotiating with his family to come here. And I must tell you that Bangalore Toastmasters Club loves him equally. So ladies and gentlemen, he is the right person to host today's meeting. Yes or no?
Yes.
So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the most inspiring, the most encouraging, and the most loving Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Anand.
This lady was looking into the mirror and suddenly she was shocked. She suddenly appeared a lot fatter and she felt she put on weight. Her husband was standing behind her and she asked him, give me a compliment. She's put on weight, she's looking fatter, and she asked the husband, give me a compliment. Very nonchalantly the husband said, you got perfect eyesight. Madam President, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Very nice of the guests and of course the members to attend the meeting on a Friday evening. Now why I share this incident, the theme, love what you say what you love. No offense to any lady in the room, the lady wanted, any man would want a compliment, perhaps compliments from her husband, right? In plural. This lady was no exception. But the compliment she put in her husband as part of bother, and how well he said what he loved. Okay, I must share one more incident with regard to this team. Toastmaster Chandrashekar, one of our past presidents, in fact, charter members of the club from '96, he shared this. In absence, I'm thanking him. There are many members, I think just Rajdeep, perhaps yes, Richard sirs here, who might have heard this. Please bear with me, gentlemen. I think the bulk of members haven't heard this. Two gentlemen, we'll call them A and B. They were lost in one of Bangalore's malls. Very crowded, lost. They had even lost their wives for the time being. Then in the crowd, wives got lost. And A and B bumped into each other. They looked very worried. So A asked B, hey, brother, you look very worried. What's the matter? B said, I can't find my wife. A said, hey, same here, brother. Even I can't find my wife. So then B said, okay, brother A, you describe your wife first, then I'll describe my wife. So perhaps we can locate them. So A started. My wife is about 5 feet 9 inches, very tall lady. You know, long hair, long straight hair, very fair complexion. And B asked, what about her attire, outfit? Oh, she's wearing a yellow top with a deep V neck and black skirt, short skirt, and fair complexion, the skirt and the legs black and white. And stilettos, black in 3 inches, black stilettos. Person A was loving what he was saying. He loved his wife so much, he was describing his wife to person B. Suddenly A stopped. Hey, that's enough. B, you describe your wife. B said what he loved. Nah, forget it. We'll search for your wife. Okay. Jokes apart, friends, lighter note, Friday evening. The point is, even serious times in life, personal front, professional front, social front, we have difficulties, we have challenges. We want to say something which is deep down our heart. We love to say something, but the people in front of us, the situation, we kind of, just zip up. There's a tape on our lips. We fail to speak up. All I say, friends, with the right intent and the right content, go ahead and tell the person, love what you say what you love. Repeating, right? Got good intentions, the right content, of course, the way you're saying it, people will understand. It might ruffle feathers, but things will settle down. And if you do this, you can thrive in life. It's very easy to speak when everything is going well, hunky-dory. But when the chips are down, can you love what you say and say what you love? Talking about this team, in the early part of 20th century, more so in the Western world, perhaps in the Eastern world as well, US of A, Uncle Sam's country. Young men, those of you who are not familiar, just a gentle reminder. Christian weddings, they raise a toast, right? Just a little reminder. And what's the contents of the glass? Wine. So this one young gentleman, he's about to raise a toast. He loved what he wanted to say. So many things in mind he wanted to say to this newlywed couple. But his mind went blank. He could not say what he loved. And the glass was shaking in his hand. And the entire contents of that glass, the wine, fell on the floor. That's when one visionary, Dr. Rajdeep Smedley, he thought he could help young people overcome this fear while addressing a gathering. And that's where Toastmasters began. Now guess, I saw a few hands going up, the president asked, and also some new members. If you're thinking Toastmasters, we always raise a toast, sometimes wine, some other beverage, some other alcohol. That's why these guys don't have stage fear. We call it Toastmasters Club. Then meet on Friday. Oh, these guys, tipsy man, that's why they don't have stage fear. No, don't have any such doubts, I'll clear it. When we speak from here Friday evenings, we're absolutely sober. Not even a drop of alcohol. Okay? So why the name Toastmasters International? Because those who could raise a toast effectively were called Toastmasters. When did it start? First 1903, shaky start, but 1924, 102 years ago, the movement took shape. One club, one country. Fast forward 2026. One club has become now 15,800 plus clubs. One country, 149, 150 countries, plus or minus one. That's how it's grown. And 20 people in 1924, and today we have 300,000. In India we say 3 lakh members, 300,000. And in these 101 years, 8 million people have joined Toastmasters, benefited, and gone on to, in different spheres of life. Now, yes, you're wondering what happens in this Toastmasters meeting. I was talking to general people who have come for the first time. Okay, the Toastmasters are bugged with this mainly for the guest Panaka. Okay? What do we do in Toastmasters? Every meeting, world over, any country, any continent, a meeting has 3 parts, 3 segments. The first is prepared speeches. So members come prepared with speeches, which you witness shortly. Based on what guidelines? We have earlier 11 parts, now I'm told 6 as the education. Correct? Shini?
Yeah.
So 6 parts. When I say part, don't think of food part. Okay? It's your pathways, traditional, it's a learning program. So 6 parts, there are 5 levels. So new members of guests who come the first time, you'll get a briefing at the end of the meeting, what's all, what is giving you a kind of heads up, bird's eye view. So based on those guidelines, members come in and deliver speeches, which you'll see shortly. That's the first part. You prepare and come. The second one, you're not prepared. Someone throws a curveball at you, puts you in a kind of difficult situation. A topic is given on the spot, no preparation, you come and speak here. It's a bit challenging, but trust me, it's very, very rewarding, a lot of fun. That is speaking, thinking on your feet, top of the hat, impromptu speaking. So first is prepared speeches, second is impromptu. Third and final, evaluation. If you ask me, that's the best part of Toastmasters. How do we know what we did well? More importantly, where we have to improve. And that's the crux of Toastmasters meeting. We're going to give feedback, what we did well and where we need to improve. So that's the third and final session. To head this session, in our Toastmasters parlance, it's something called a G. Someone called a G rather. General Evaluator. This person will head the session from about 8 o'clock in the evening till about 8:20 p.m. Now this person, wonderful person, I will introduce her at the end of the meeting, or perhaps at 8 o'clock. Now, this lady, she is not alone. She cannot do such a massive job all by herself. It's all about teamwork. She's got 3 people to help her in this. The first person will help her. This gentleman, he is working as a ML, machine learning, platform engineer in a health tech company. Now you'll agree with me, right? It's all about ML, machine learning, AI of course, but I'm focusing on ML. It's all about timing. This gentleman, the right time, he's in the ML sector. Talking about timing, today he's the timer. My request Toastmaster Vineet to please read out his, spell out his role.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
As timer, I would be keeping a note of the time taken by each speaker over here. We have different types of speeches. For prepared speeches, we have a limit of 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll show green card. At 6 minutes, I'll show yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll show red card. For evaluation speeches, we have a limit of 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show green card. At 2.5 minutes, I'll show yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll show red card. We have table topic speeches for which we have a time limit of 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show green card. At 1.5 minutes, I'll show yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll show red card. At the end of the meeting, I'll share my report with you all. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Timer? I think it's time to read. So the first of the 3 roles, the timer. The second person who's going to help the G. This gentleman, 1 year ago, Feb 2025, he attended the Aero Show, North Bangalore, Yalanka, and he was spellbound by those Surya Kills, doing all those maneuvers and those, And he was, after seeing those pilots do what they did, he was just awestruck and he said, No wonder he's the R counter today. Toastmaster Chandrashekar Naik. Would you please come here and
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Whenever we have our speeches or maybe to speak something on the table topics, we subconsciously use some filler words such as I think, I know. So what my task today is to carefully listen to such words like maybe a elephant or a dog very carefully. I'll make a list of such words and present my report at the end of the meeting. All the best to all the speakers.
Time was over. final Oxford note taker. The gentleman is going to take this role. One of his colleagues, in fact, some of his colleagues asked him in the office, this one particular colleague is missing. We're not seeing him in the office for many days. And this gentleman said, he's no more. He started getting messages. Oh, rest in peace. May the family have strength to deal with this. Immediately his member said, no. When I said he's no more, he's alive. Just that he's no more in the office. So one mistake in grammar, deadly mistake, people will think people are dead. Now, welcome the grammarian, those smart Himani. Please fill out the role. Please put your hands together for one, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Aman and I'm playing the role of grammarian. As a grammarian, I am responsible to actively listen to all the speakers and make a note of all the good usage of language along with not so good or improper use of the language. We say that if grammar is your wedding dress, then vocabulary is your jewelry. To come forward with that, we always introduce word of the day to improve our vocabulary, and today the word is thrive, which means to grow, develop, or to be successful. I will present my report when called upon. Over to you, TMOD.
Round of applause for Anand. The jewelry is grammar and wedding dresses.
Your English grammar is wedding dress. Your vocabulary is jewelry.
I'll be talking. Okay, thank you. Now, yes, I was telling you, we're going to start the first session, prepared session. Now, before that, every speaker, rather his speech, his or her speech will be evaluated by an individual evaluator. Now, the first speech will be evaluated by a young lady, and she joined this club in July 2023. She served as a sergeant at arms and secretary to the club. Now, guess wondering what that is? There are 7 officers who lead the club, and at this young age, you're going to see this lady very shortly. Young age, she's taken up 2 roles, commendable. I asked her what love means to her. She said love to her means being able to talk freely without being judged. Toastmaster Sadugol, you can read out the guidelines freely. They will not judge you. Put your hands together for Shreya, please.
Good evening, my Toastmasters and your guests.
Good evening.
The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance speech. Over to you.
The first speaker coming on stage. We always talk about US of A, Uncle Sam's country. In the West, we have someone who said, Maga, make America great again. That's nothing. This part of the world, we also have someone who says, Maga. Hold on, Priyanka. What he means is make arts great again. We only talk about science, technology, right? Commerce. He says make arts again, this man. You know why? Because he enjoys reading, writing poetry, writing short stories and essays. Friends, trust me, the world will look up to this man. No wonder his speech title, Brave New World. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the first speaker, Toastmaster Vishal Kumar. Round of applause, please.
On a sultry summer morning, I woke up, I jumped out of bed, and the first thing I did was reach for my phone. I picked it up, started scrolling endlessly for 1 hour, and something didn't feel right. There was something that just didn't sit well with me. After that, I had to go meet a friend who had come from a very, very long distance. So I got up, got ready, raced to the metro station, got in, and guess what? Instinctually, I put my hand into the pocket, pulled out my phone, started scrolling again. The stop came. I got off from the metro station. I was at Cubbon Park. I was surrounded by lush greenery, singing birds. But I didn't notice any of it. I sat down since my friend was late and started scrolling again. And something didn't feel right. Finally, this amazing person decided to show up. So we both went to the restaurant that we had booked our spots in, sat down and started speaking about how life has been for the last 2 years. And out of the blue, he said, "You know what, Vishal? This Sunday, it's going to be a blue moon." Like, buddy, I think your brain is not getting enough oxygen. No, your brain is becoming blue. There is nothing called as a blue moon. He said, "Okay, I'll prove it to you." Picked up his phone. Immediately, a voice echoed. This Sunday, because of some rare astronomical phenomena, it's going to be a blue moon. And that was that. The conversation ended there. And something didn't feel right. After that, we got to the spicy bits of his life. I said, "Who are you dating? Who are you seeing?" And he said, "Bro, Vishal, I swiped on some girl, man, and she's cute and all, but swiped on some other girl also. She's cuter." I was like, "Oh, okay, fine. Good for you, I suppose. मेरा तो एक भी नहीं हो रहा है." Said, but something didn't feel right. So I went back home, sat, and while I was contemplating and ruminating, I was taken back to a decade ago. And I finally figured out what that was, what that thing is that just didn't seem right. 10 years ago, I would have woken up and done 10 push-ups before I took my first step. But now, I sit and scroll through my phone. 10 years ago, if I was in the metro, I would look around, see the stations that the metro is going in, or I'd carry a book, sit, read, educate myself. If I was in a place like Cubbon Park, full of these wonderful birds chirping away, full of these beautiful, beautiful dogs that just want a bit of affection, and that lush greenery that cures your soul, I'd probably sit down, take a moment, breathe, and enjoy nature. Take it in. 10 years ago, if my friend had said something as silly as, "This Sunday is going to be a blue moon," I'm sure we would have sat and debated more physics than Einstein or Newton could have ever written or researched about in their entire life. But the conversation ended in just 30 seconds. 10 years ago, if I asked my friend, "Who are you seeing? Which girl are you asking out?" he would have blushed a bright orange, looking almost like a tomato, and said, "Yeah, there's this one girl, this one wonderful lady that I want to go ask out, but I just can't build up the courage to do so." Just 10 years ago, everything seemed right. And it finally hit me. We have entered, without knowing, a brave new world, where passion is passing, where focus is a farce. Effort is embarrassing. Everything now is convenient. You get any answer you want in just 3 seconds. You have so many options, you don't know what to do, what to pick. And when I realized this, I didn't know what to do. What really makes us human? What really makes us who we are? Is it not passion, effort, and focus? These are the very things that we are selling off to machines. So, today, I ask you audience, if we are to thrive in this brave new world, what is it that we should do? What is that one thing we need to change? I don't know the answer to it, but maybe we can figure it out together. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Toastmaster Vishal and members and guests, once in a blue moon we get to hear such speeches. A gentleman wearing a blue colored tie. And he's a humble man. He's saying 10 push-ups, he doesn't do one. No, he's lying, say he's busy. Not one, not 10, add one more, 0. 100 push-ups. Let me complete. What I meant is in the phone. Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. Moving on to the second speech. The valid second speech. This gentleman is a motivational and keynote speaker. TEDx speaker. He is currently working as a professor and director of academic research at the Sindhi College. Now, many of you don't know, at the district level, to win the best evaluator is no mean achievement. He's not done it once, he's not done it twice, he has done it thrice. Someone is showing me, give me a high five. Priyanka, I'll come back to you on that. I think the speaker. Okay. The evaluator of second speech is none other than DTM Dr. Rajdeep Manwani, and I request the Vice President of Education, Srinivas, to kindly read out the project guidelines.
The purpose of this project for the member to identify their primary leadership style or styles. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of their primary leadership style or discuss leadership style in general. Back to you, Tina.
Thank you. The second speaker is going to come on stage. She is an HR professional with around 15 years of experience in the corporate world. She enjoys reading, cooking, her husband is a lucky man, fitness, and extremely passionate about traveling. I don't know how much husband loves about this aspect. Talking about leadership, her speech title, One Size Does Not Fit All. Please join me in welcoming our second speaker for the evening, Toastmaster Himani Pandey.
Have you ever been in a leadership role where everything looks fine on the outside until suddenly it isn't? Leadership most often reveals itself not when things go right, but when things go wrong. As part of this project, I completed a questionnaire, and it's something that helps you understand your leadership preferences. It tells me that my leadership style is a mix of democratic, pace-setting, and authoritative leadership. A leader like this is someone who naturally sets long-term direction and focus on outcome and delivery. He or she communicates expectations clearly and relies on consensus decision making. Someone who's very comfortable with letting others take lead occasionally and empowers the team to take on new projects and move with speed, all while maintaining high performance standards and leading by example. In my experience, I have seen leading large and diverse teams requires moving away from one-size-fits-all approach. Successful leaders, they tailor their leadership style to foster an environment where every individual thrives. And one such incident that brought this to life for me was when a leader, and it actually helped me adapt coaching and innovative leadership. It was when a leader assigned an additional task to my team over and above the regular commitments. This was a high visibility, time-bound task with zero room for error. In our regular team connects, my direct report assured that there were no quality issues and that everything was on track. But when the actual delivery happened, it was delayed and it had multiple errors. This led to a huge escalation. Senior leadership was involved, questions were asked, pressure was high and credibility at stake. My initial focus was on understanding what had gone wrong and why the risks hadn't surfaced earlier. As I looked deeper, it became clear that the challenges weren't due to the lack of effort or intent, but it was a combination of bandwidth issues the team was struggling with, the scope of work changed, there were dependencies on other teams that led to delay, none of which was raised with me proactively. While accountability mattered, I began to reflect on how these concerns were being surfaced within the team. Over time, I recognized that there's a subtle pattern in our conversations, and it was becoming more centered on issue resolution and accountability rather on early risk sharing. Unintentionally, this may have made the team members become more cautious about sharing the challenges early on. Around the same time, I was also undergoing a coach certification, and it was a truly transformative experience for me. I gained deeper insight into what actually gets in the way of teams achieving their highest potential. And one insight that really stood out for me was people perform their best when they feel psychologically safe, not when they feel they're being evaluated. This fundamentally shifted my leadership approach towards coaching, curiosity, and innovative leadership. As my responsibilities grew and the environment became more complex, I recognized that the leadership approach that had worked earlier needed to evolve. I began by asking a different set of questions. How do we fix this? What support do you need? And I stopped dwelling on the problem. I focused on the solution, learning, and forward action. This was my intentional move towards coaching leadership style. I also evolved my leadership approach in two important ways. First, I embraced innovative leadership and invited my team members to co-create solutions and suggest innovative ideas around managing escalations. They decided to call out the dependency delays to other team managers and renegotiation on scope and delivery date. Second, I brought in the affiliative leadership element, and I made it clear that calling out delays or risks in advance is strength and it's not a failure. It's a sign of ownership and maturity, and I reinforced trust. Gradually, the team started sharing delays in advance, and flagging risks early and asking for help and support. This experience reinforced a belief that I strongly hold today. Leadership isn't about any one dominant leadership style, but adapting your style to unlock the best in others, because one size doesn't fit all. Over to the Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Himani, for sharing your views in leadership. We talk about AI, artificial leadership. Audience, please educate me. Can we have artificial leadership? I'm not sure it's possible, right? I love the fact about that psychological safety. And guests and new members who have just come. Toastmasters is one such place where we create the environment of psychological safety. What is that? You could ask questions, you could share whatever you have in mind. It's all right to make mistakes. And this is one place where we really encourage people. Dear members, I suppose the link has been shared in the WhatsApp group. Okay, later after the apologies, my bad. Okay. The first speaker told us about a brave new world. The second speaker about leadership. The third speaker about how we could fail. Hold on to horses. Before that, the third evaluator. This gentleman, he joined Bangalore Toastmasters 11 years ago. Talk about commitment. He has served as a Sergeant at Arms, Vice President Public Relations, and Vice President Membership. That's 3 roles. Fantastic. When I asked him, what does love mean to you? He said, love is choosing someone consistently, showing up with care, respect, and intention. Loving someone, choosing someone consistently, showing up with care, respect, and intention. He had all these qualities, but after 2021, these qualities simply 10 times, 10x. He got married. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Karnakar Dev.
Good evening, everyone. The purpose of the project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. Now, the definition of protege is a young person who is helped or trained for their career or personal development by an older, more experienced person. Back to you.
Moving on to the third speaker. He's an ex-senior program manager, but currently an AMFI certified mutual fund distributor. And what he does, weekdays, he helps people improve their wealth. Weekends, he helps improve people their health. How? Because he's a professional trek lead. You've heard health is wealth, right? Now, this gentleman has both. Amazing. With the speech title, Failing Smarter. No, he's very sure this will not fail. It just needs some time. He's helping people, he's also helping the overhead projector. I'm totally in the dark. Okay, please. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming our third speaker of the evening, Toastmaster Pradeep Padmanabhan. Round of applause, please.
All right. Failing smarter, failure. That's where we start. That's okay.
Come on.
It switched on.
While that goes on in the background, let's start. Long back, I heard a quote. It said, quite simply, what got you here will not get you there. Have you heard this statement? Yeah. The first time I heard it, I was perplexed. What do you mean by what got me here will not get me there? Something got me here. It means whatever got me here was working. Correct? But for whatever reason, they decided that it is not going to work again. Just give me one quick second. Difficulties. There you go. Sorry about that. So whatever got me here should continue to work, right? That's what I thought. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to take you on a journey that I went through with my mentor. Or let me say mentors. In Toastmasters context, Toastmaster Alok is my mentor. A brilliant Toastmaster by himself. Been on stage, has ruled the stage in many occasions. He has a particular style of telling. Ideally, if you go to the best colleges, the IIMs, the IITs, if you're learning under the best teachers, you should be good. Agreed? Yes. But I wasn't. Every time anybody comes on the Toastmasters stage, they expect to win the Toastmaster, the speech of the day. I have never won. So I went back to Alok. I said, Alok, something is not working. I have given so many speeches on the stage and I have never won. And he told me something very equivalent to a quote that I actually relate to a lot. It said, continuing to do what you do and expecting a different result is called what? Anybody here?
Foolishness.
Insanity. Stupidity. And who said this? My favorite. Any takers? No. Albert Einstein. Sir Albert Einstein. Correct? And I seem to be doing the same thing. So then we sat down and we thought, okay, fine, let's go through what exactly is happening here. What is my current way of approaching things? That's when we realized I was doing this. Every time I come on stage or when I attempt something new, I fail. Fail is not the result that I'm talking about. Fail is the process. F. As in, I always try to figure it myself. I try to do things and I say, okay, let me see if this works. Let me figure it out if this is how it is. I was always trying to figure it out. A. I was always willing to accept the struggle. Will this work? Will this not work? Am I competent enough or not? Didn't matter. I was always ready to accept the struggle. I. Okay, somebody was telling me something. Did I listen to it? Did that matter to me? In many cases, I was told there is too much noise around. Everybody's got a different perspective, Pradeep. But you have your unique perspective. Do you believe in that? Everybody's got a different style here, right? Everybody believes in their own approach to life, approach to anything in life. So I was very adamant on ignoring outside perspectives. And last comes the L, which means by doing whatever I was doing so long, I was learning. Every failure taught me something. And that was the hard way to learn. Agreed? It was not easy, right? Every time I came on stage, I was putting in effort. I was spending in a lot of time and effort, and all of that did not give me a particular result.
the result that everybody looks for, success, so to speak. But success is not just once, right? Okay, I did not win today's speech, today's best speech. Does that mean I was incorrect? Does that mean I don't know how to speak? Probably not. It probably meant Vishal was a better speaker or Himani was a better speaker. They had something different. What? So I went back to Alok and those continuation, the discussion just continued, and I asked him, Alok, I'm a brilliant TMOD. Every time I get on stage, I get accolades, and people congratulate me on the way I present things. Every time I post table topics, I'm appreciated, I'm awarded. So what's going wrong? That's when Alok politely and calmly told me, Pradeep, you're a brilliant TMOD. You're a brilliant table topics master. But what works there is different. What you are so good at is your spontaneity. And that might not really fit in a prepared speech. The key word, what he highlighted to me was being prepared, which was something which felt against what I was holding. What prepared to him, what was prepared for him, sounded recorded to me. It sounded inauthentic to me. So then we agreed on something else. We said, let's rise to the occasion. We said, okay, fine. Let us reflect before reacting. He was giving me something. Let me reflect on it, what he was trying to say. Invite perspectives. Every time I come on stage, it's not just hello. Everybody here comes and gives me feedback. Not just my evaluator. Every single person in the audience is an evaluator, and they walk up to me and share valuable feedback. I should accept that. I should invite those perspectives. Then, if I can't see a pattern in whatever I'm doing, every time there's a failure and then there's a success. Every time there's a failure and a success. So what is it that changes? That pattern. Can you see the pattern in it? And if all of this is there, can you evolve intentionally? This is where I learned. When you fall and then you rise, every time you have an opportunity to rise. If I can borrow the great words of Rocky, it ain't about how many times you get beaten. It's about how many times you can get back up. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your time, and over to you, Himani.
FAIL. So I came across this acronym, how we can use it. With your permission, Pradeep. First, action in learning. We never fail at Toastmasters. Every time we come here, the first step in learning. Thank you, Pradeep, for sharing that. I know Alok very well. I was a bit worried, the way he's going to. Alok, I'm not being the best speaker, man. Do something. I mean, that's scary. You're super confident, Pradeep, but your approach is. I'm just kidding. Okay, moving on so well. Okay, so yes, this is the code for the what? Yes. Okay. So Toastmasters, the link has been shared in the WhatsApp group for the best speaker, and the code is very interesting number 1430. 1430 some this time here 1522 some pop. You've gone there for 1430. 1430. Okay, kindly vote for the best speaker. Now, Pradeep, you said what got you here won't get you there. Now, what got you here won't get you anywhere else. To meet people, to go to the restroom. So we'll have a 5-minute break now, right? Okay, 5 minutes won't be enough, Srinivas. Okay, one more time. Oh, no, 5. I'm going to give more. Sorry, President, I'm thinking things in my hand. 5 minutes won't be enough. 300 seconds. Okay, those who want to use the restroom, you've got to leave this room here, take a right U-turn, go down the corridor, and you'll find both restrooms that side. Okay, so we'll come back in 300 seconds. Okay, welcome back, friends, to the second session, which is the impromptu speaking table topics in Toastmasters parlance. thinking on your feet, drop of a hat, speaking off the cuff, all mean one and the same thing. Once again, the mind of this lady looking into the mirror, and she saw a lot of wrinkles on her face. It was dark, the circles under her eyes, and she looked at her husband and said, "I'm looking so old." Now, what did the husband say in this situation? "Darling, beauty is only skin deep." Now, that's what the session is all about. You're put in a spot of bother, how you come with an answer spontaneously, without too much of prep time, no thinking time. To take us through this session, this gentleman, the table topic master, what we call him or her in our parlance, he joined our club in June 2025. Interesting story, trivia, I'm not sure how many know of this. 15 years ago, he met a girl at his uncle's house in Hyderabad. The girl was there to attend a family function, and he had gone to the city for a conference. That's what he claims. Not just pulling his legs. The very next day, his aunt asked him, "Would you like to marry this girl?" And like table topics, of course. I mean, such a big decision overnight. Phenomenal, man. You can't just think of how he's done that. I asked him, "How did you come to this decision just in 8-9 hours?" He said, "Cool, man, Vijay. Entire night, he kept thinking about how to speak to the girl and to her parents and convince them that he wanted to marry her. And today, that beautiful girl he saw 15 years ago happens to be his wife." I asked him, "What does love mean to you?" Listing no arguments, smiling and nodding. He's a good husband. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the table topic master for the day, Toastmaster Debasish Pradhan. Round of applause, please.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Welcome to the most exciting part of the Toastmasters session, table topic. Friends, when I joined Toastmasters, I thought Toastmaster means excellent speaking. But gradually, I understood Toastmasters means carefully listening, thinking on your feet, and expressing yourself confidently and clearly. Table topics is all about that. Today, there are some guests. For the clarity of the guests and new members, in table topics, the table topic master means today I am the table topic master. We'll give a topic and invite the members. The members will come to the stage and speak about the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. Today, most of the topics are based on love, romance, emotion, and Valentine. So let's start with one of the seasoned Toastmaster and a romantic one. So let's start. The first topic. Would you prefer to live in Bangalore without your love or with your love in a remote desert? Would you prefer to live in Bangalore without your love or with your love in a remote desert? Toastmaster Priyanka.
Topic that I got. Would I prefer to live with my love in Bangalore, or if I get an opportunity to live in a remote place, which option would I choose? Without a doubt, Bangalore. I love Bangalore. There have been a period in my life when my parents got transferred and I did live in different cities. And trust me, less than 6 months, realized that I can never fit into any other city apart from Bangalore, and I always used to run back to Bangalore and start, staying with my grandmother. So without a doubt, Bangalore will be the place for me if I have to live with my loved ones or the special person in my life. For the most important reason is, being born and brought up in Bangalore, one, I have a very, very big family, both from my paternal and maternal side, and have a very, very close connect. So that is one special thing for me that will never make me leave this city, because I enjoy every moment of my life, and the most important thing that I love in my life is food. I just love food. That food can do a lot of wonders for me. So my family is really amazing when it comes to cooking. So these are the most important reasons that I would choose and live comfortably in Bangalore with my loved one. Over to you.
Yes, Priyanka, there is no substitution for Bangalore in the world. So next, do really love pets over the period. Do really love pets over the period. Toastmaster, Vijay, Disha. Do really love pets over the period.
Yes. Okay. Love fades over a period of time. So, dearest table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, love is a passion. Love is a two-sided coin. One side it is love, the other side it is sacrifice. Dedication is very much essential for love. Those days, an evening in Paris, a movie where I used to see Shammi Kapoor chasing Shamila, but he had to face a lot of consequences. Life was not that easy because there were villains. He had to fight with them, and he had to run behind them, singing so many songs. Love is not easy. Love is not at all for the faint-hearted. Whenever the villain comes, and if you run, you cannot have a continuation of your passion. Other on, the love gets increased over a period of time, and as you see the success which you have got, and your success means the approval or the appreciation from the person whom you are chasing, then you really feel it is worth trying. Therefore, people who have been on love, they have never seen it is going down, but they will be more intense in that passion, and they will go on and go to explore a lot of things which were not known to any person. Therefore, love enhances one's zest for life. Love makes a person to withstand the challenges which come to him, and he feels that I have been born to undergo this kind of challenges, and ultimately the end what one perceives from love is security. One will get security from his the person who he is longing to. His life is very secure, and like earlier movies, there will be happy ending and enhanced perspective of love. He will love it forever. Over to Himani.
Love and affection get stronger over the period. So next topic. Love is a pleasant feeling or a strategic decision. Love is a pleasant feeling or a strategic decision. Toastmaster Puneet Surana.
I don't know what to say. I think we've all been in love and out of love. And especially when you're out of love is when you value the love, the bond, the memory. I don't know anybody who's been strategic about love, including the greatest lovers our civilization has known. And it is sad that we're not strategic about love. There's this beautiful scene I remember from Vicky Cristina Barcelona, where Vicky's dad, the hero's dad, is a poet who never published his artwork, his works. And Vicky says his father's holding back all his poetry from the world because over the last 2,500 years, the world has perfected the art of war, but they still haven't learned the art of love. And I feel unfortunate that we haven't strategically learned how to love. What is love? Sure, there is Shah Rukh Khan. But then, at the fundamental aspect of it, the feeling of love isn't really understood. And I hope, and I still yearn, that someday we grow up as a civilization, comfortable enough within ourselves to accept and allow the feeling that is love. And it's a huge spectrum, including from the stage of infatuation to grief. It's worth exploring. And yeah, I hope this civilization, this generation says, we not only have perfected strategically the art of war, but more importantly, we have learned the art of love. Thank you. I'm back.
Thank you, Toastmaster Puneet. Your words says you were in true love and now you are also in true love. The next topic, 10 crore rupees in your account or true love, what would you prefer? 10 crore rupees in your account or true love, what would you prefer? Toastmaster Avasti.
Good evening everyone, thank you for the wonderful topic. My name is Ashwati, I'm recently joined. So 10 crore rupees or love. So according to me, I would prefer love because money, suppose somebody fell ill or something, money there is a limit, right? You cannot buy everything using money. But if you have someone whom you can love and care for you, that is most important than anything else. And for money cannot replace love. If you have someone like this who can care for you, you will be successful, and even in your old age, somebody will be there. Just having money, you will end up in some old age home or anywhere, right? If you have someone to take care and love, you can be with them and be at home, and that is most important than having too much of cash in your account. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. But if you ask me, I'll prefer 10 crore. I believe that not only I get single love, there may be chances that I may get multiple love with them. Jokes. So, okay.
You're a banker.
Yes. So next topic. Today, Wi-Fi helps love to survive. Today, Wi-Fi helps love to survive. Toastmaster Abhay. Toastmaster Abhay, your words clearly shows how you are a talented lover.
Yes, maybe.
Yes. So next topic, each really love happens once in life. Each really love happens once in life. Toastmaster Bharat.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Really, love happens in a lifetime. Okay. My first love was with math subject, and I loved algebra very much in my primary school days. And during my high school days, trigonometry was introduced. I really loved that one also. And somewhere in the newspaper, I saw some diploma failed student. He wrote in a certain column that if you are not good in calculus, you should not take engineering. I started thinking that during my 11th and 12th days, to study calculus seriously, and I studied in MSc Main College, Bangalore, under Gurra sir, who was very known during those days. Shastry tutorials and Gurra tutorials were very famous during back in 2003 and 4. And then my love with the mathematics made me to join engineering. I excelled in during engineering days also. Later, I joined MTech and I got into through a very good gate ranking. I joined NIT Suratkar. With that, again, I appeared for UPSC engineering service exams and I cleared it in 2016. So that real love in maths made me to become a good engineer. And then my next love was with Hindi. I was brought up in Karnataka, especially in Bangalore. I was not introduced to Hindi in my earlier school days or in college days because I took Sanskrit as a medium of language in first as a language. So when I joined Bangalore, engineering service exam, my profession, I was posted in New Delhi and later in Northeast. So my Hindi reluctance gradually grew. Like unlike in Karnataka, where in Bangalore that Kannada first, Kannada Sikho movement, there was nothing like me in Delhi or in Northeast. But people gradually, when I spoke to him, people gradually speak to me in Hindi. So I learned, picked up Hindi. And now I love Hindi language. Over to Toastmaster.
I will say not thank you, congratulations Mr. Bharat. I am struggling with single love, but you have got multiple love. Congratulations to you. So next topic. Jealousness is the true sign of love. Jealousness is the true sign of love. Toastmaster Sonal.
Jealousness is the true sign of love. I completely agree with that. Recently, I met one of my friends with who I got in friendship very recently, maybe 3-4 months ago. And I went to meet him. And he was talking me about his wife. And he was talking to me about his ex. He was talking me about when he was dating his wife, he was dating somebody else also. So basically, he was putting a picture of himself as Kal, Aaj or Kal. So how it happens, especially in women,
it could be men also, that somebody when, if you are there and if X, or let's say person A is dating your best friend, definitely you're not gonna like it. I'm not sure, you may like it, you may not like it. But if you have a feeling for person A, and I'm confused now between A and B, forget about it. So basically it is like when you are, let's say if it's me and if it's my best friend, when somebody praises to me my best friend about something, about her looks or something, some jealous I also get for a while. And yes, that's so obvious in human being. And I always see like, okay, how can I improve it? Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmasters Solan. If anyone's wife now gets jealous, don't get scared or don't get sad. Just feel happy because that is your true love, Alpa Solan. So next topic. What would you prefer? Delicious sambar or sambar little bit of salty but sugary romance with your love? What would you prefer? Delicious sambar or salty sambar with sugary romance with your love? Toastmaster Chiran. Delicious sambar or salty sambar with romance?
Okay, I think like he has spoken about love and many things, but he finally found an apt topic for me at least. Salty sambar with the romance, I don't know, like or a normal sambar. I'm really confused. I want that romance, but today I'm not in a mood to have sambar. It's a Friday, right? And I was thinking of what kind of biryani I'll have. Either Vedana biryani or there is a Donne biryani shop inside. Paradise. That is my normal Friday routine, but he messed up. Okay. So Valentine's Day is tomorrow, not to worry about romance today. Just like paid romance is fine for me today. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, true fan of biryani, no interest in sambar. Either it's delicious or salty. Okay, next topic. Is really love happens at first sight? Is really love happens at first sight? Toastmaster Rasi.
Does love really happen at first sight? Even if it does, I don't think you should fall in that trap because it's more to do with, yeah, it's better to judge the person fully, get to know the person fully, and definitely judge. Like, you have to stay with that person for the rest of your life, so why just fall in love at first sight? It's not going to give you any prize. So might as well be very judgy about the person.
Evaluate.
So back in school, I think there was this, there was my friend and there was this guy. He was a senior, I think almost 2 years. And my friend was walking to school that day, and I don't know, suddenly her eyes fell on this guy. And she came back to us and she said that he's really good, and she got to know from others that he was a really smart person and this and that. And so that was love at first sight for her. She truly, truly wanted him from the bottom of her heart. But it so happened that day that we were in our sports, it was our sports period, and all of us were just sitting in the ground discussing something, and she goes to say, oh, there's this guy, do you think I should go and talk to him? And I was not the person to encourage her because I don't do such things, but my other friends were like, come on, let's go, if not now, then when? So she goes on and she stands in front of the guy. The entire set of students are looking at her. Everyone's trying to figure out what's happening. And she goes and says hi to him. He replies back. But there was no conversation after that. I don't know, I don't remember it so much, but it was a very bad conversation, and the entire school went and asked her, oh, what happened, what were you both talking about? And it was such a disappointment for her. So yes, it is my advice to not do love at first sight.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Rasi. Listen to your heart, but use your brain too. Next topic. Each laughter act as glue in every relationship. Each laughter act as glue in every relationship. Toastmaster Srinidhi Rao.
Especially when you have two different people with different backgrounds and everything, and you're trying to make it work, can be love or any relationship. Sometimes there will be misunderstandings, there will be some frictions, and I think if there is laughter, if there is humor, this will really help bind those rough edges together. Wondering, should I have to share my experience on it or not?
Why not?
I would rather not at this moment, what I feel like, but what was the topic?
Laughter or smiling act as glue in any relationship.
Yes. So continuing on the same conversation. It's not just love, even in office or anywhere else, laughter helps. It can make things easy, communication easy, and you can remember each other, what you're speaking about, if it has humor in it. So that's a very logical kind of things, and not much love in that, I guess, but yeah, back to table.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srinidhi. Laughter, smile is glue for in every relationship, either it's a personal or professional relationship. Thank you so much. So let's complete here. Thank you everyone for actively participating. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this won't do. He deserves a thunderstorm of applause. Let's give it up for Vijay. Debasish, topics is fantastic, but something which is a mind-blowing, not Earth, Mars, Jupiter's strategic love. I pity Puneet, man. He's one day sitting there, what do I do? A gentleman who speaks so well. Hats off to you, wonderful topics, very thought-provoking. Moving on to last session. The manager told his head report, next week, I want you to help me with my presentation. No sir, I'm taking leave next week. Manager asked, is it very important that leave? Yes sir, it's my friend's wedding. Friend's wedding, right? Not yours. Don't take leave. Direct report mentioned, sir, it's your presentation, sir, not mine. So friends, feedback is not only top down, it's also bottom up today. And talking about feedback, the lady who's going to lead the general evaluation session. This lady joined Bangalore Toastmasters Club in 2015, 11 years ago. That's commitment for you. Vice President Education, that's the second ranking officer. Currently Srinivas is office president. It's a very demanding role. She's been the Vice President Education at our club and also at Speech Studio. Vice President Education? No wonder she's in the education sector. She teaches maths for high school students. I asked her, what does love mean to you? She said, love is knowing the imperfections of people and still holding on to them close together, accepting as they are. Now, something I got this uncanny feeling it applied to me. Let me repeat that. Because I was following up morning, at 8 o'clock in the morning, I called her out for introductions. Now, just sample, what is the idiot I am? She's heading for school, and then I asked her for some information. Love is knowing the imperfections of people. Blokes like me calling 8 o'clock when she's leaving for school, still holding them close together. 11 years we members of the same club, and then accepting me the way I am. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Smitha Roshy.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
What a evening, full of love, romance. Now I don't know what I can give, but the meeting started on dot with the sergeant at arms holding roses, and he asked, "Can you guess who these roses goes to?" And there were few hands up. But then he took us by surprise. He said, "These roses are for the podium." Such innovative ways, but I appreciate such innovative ways of starting a meeting. Imtiaz, Toastmaster Imtiaz, it's a great job done. He really thinks out of the box to bring novelty for every single meeting. Start the meeting with energy and enthusiasm. If I have a suggestion for you, never say, "I forgot the next one." Never ever. Even if you pause, start with the next sentence or the next word that comes to your mind. I'm saying this out of my experience. And then it will come back to you. So, except for that, everything, perfect job done. A great round of applause. I should also comment on the way he introduced the president. He took the trouble to know that one very personal story of the president and introduced her well. Then the Toastmaster Amrith, president of Bangalore Toastmasters Club, took the stage with great energy and enthusiasm, as usual. Perfect start for the meeting. Guests felt made comfortable. One suggestion there is after you made everyone or comfortable, or many more people came in. So maybe you could have given another 30 seconds to the large audience came. So you could have also acknowledged them. Otherwise, the ex-com were introduced or they were made to stand up. Great job. I love the way you coin the words, and it comes out like artificially intelligent but naturally stupid. I don't know, too good. Love the way you introduce it, TMOD. Instead of just listing out a few qualities, something you experienced, which we will not see in the club. So that was how hospitable you felt when you went to his house. I think that was also a way in which how you personally connect to each member. A great round of applause. Secretary Abhinava in the special suit from his father for the special evening. Amazing job. Perfect presentation of the minutes, no pauses, not even thinking for a minute what to say next. The minutes are at the tip of your tongue. Great job sending the minutes on time. It a lot of background work which we may not see goes into it, and I really appreciate the effort you are putting, the time you are spending. Great job, Abhinava. What do you say about the TMOD? Today was a master class of how the TMOD or how to take up that role. It's a learning for each and every person who came up on the stage. Humor is, we call him as a humor king. Yes, the ladies' man. Yes, who don't remember how the lady looks? Lady A, tell me. How much hair? Yeah, how much hair? Yeah. Long. What's the color of the skirt? Oh, everyone got a clear picture. And you all started following her, no? So, that is how imagery is created. So, I think that was a wonderful job done. Again, the way the Toastmasters meeting, how it came, and how I was thinking that's going to be another story. How the toast was raised and how he could not remember, and how the wine fell down. And great way. I haven't heard the story before. And I thought that was also a very catchy way of introducing or why the Toastmaster Club came. And if I have to give one tiny little suggestion, it will be like you give great introduction for all the speakers, the speech topics were said. But what are the pathways they are following? What is the level they are at? What project are they? If that is mentioned, we also told about how there are 6 pathways. So the audience get an idea of what are the pathways and how is it going. The level projects, there are 6 levels. So all these things will become clearer to you. That was one tiny little thing. Otherwise, the meeting was taken forward fluently. And we had many people rolling out in laughter. That we come here not only to learn, not only to listen, but also to enjoy. And I think that was done perfectly. A big round of applause to us. And what do we say about our table topic master? He came onto the stage and everyone just, sat up. Your deep voice and how you connected each of the, I have written, yes. I wanted to know, did you make up these topics on your own? Sometimes we Google and get, but I thought the sambar and all was made up by yourself. So, great connecting sentences you had. And you all made many of the Toastmasters relive their memories like Abhay. And otherwise you wouldn't have heard this story from Abhay. Where is it? Okay. Probably one quick suggestion for you is probably you can also, we have to improve ourselves, right? So some of the pronunciation of the words, if you, before you come, go through it, and see, as teachers, when we have to say pronounce a word which is not very familiar, what we do is we write down the word in our mother tongue. So suppose you are not able to say the word jealousy, I write it in my mother tongue, and then it becomes easy for you get the correct pronunciation. So maybe you can try it out later. and so you become better at it. With that, let me go to the evaluations. Oh, big round of applause to our table topic master. Let me go to the speech evaluations. The first speaker, Vishal, Toastmaster Vishal. He is following Strategic Relationship Pathway, Level 1, Project 3, and his evaluator, Toastmaster Shreya Sadugol.
Hello, am I audible? Yes. Good evening, my Toastmasters. Good evening. And my topic speaker, Toastmaster Vishal. I can assure you, Toastmaster Vishal, that no one was scrolling through your speech. You had taken such a topic that piqued every single audience's interest. Let's start off with the vocal variety, as you clearly excelled in it. The pitch you had used while describing your friend was spectacular. You used "Maga, you know I swiped right." Not as bad as me, but you did a very good job. So I really liked that tone. It made us think that some other person is also there. You had used an amazing set of words, so swipe right on the vocabulary. You had also sprinkled humor throughout your speech, even if it was self-deprecating. But if you can't laugh at yourself, then you won't enjoy if others laugh at you. You took pause at the right time in your speech, and it gave enough time for the audience to take what you were telling, like breathe. And when that part came, you really took a pause, and that gave the audience the time to realize what you are speaking. Okay. Anyways, I have few recommendations which will elevate your speech in such a way that might make any girl swipe right on you, or even face to face. You can use it. You have to use it. One of the suggestions I have is that you had restricted body language and hand gestures. You were doing this. I felt I was in a disco ball. So you can use that in somewhere else. But for Toastmasters stage, I would prefer that either you stand or perhaps move in stages, so that the audience are really in throughout your speech. They're realizing where it is taking a shift. Okay. So my second suggestion is, remember when I said you use the right pitch? You can use the body language there as well. You could have told, "Maga, you know I had a girl swipe right on me." If you had used that body language, then you could have really visualized a person right there with that personality, and maybe you could judge that person. And last but not the least, you raised your voice when you were asking a question to the audience, but you only did while telling your speech name. Just brave new world. What I suggest, you could have started with audience. So you would have gotten hold of their attention. Toastmaster Vishal, you survived to thrive. You never deprive your own heart's drive to feel truly alive. Don't just connive through a digital dive. Log off the scroll so real love can arrive.
Happens during an evaluation. I think that was wonderfully evaluated. One more round of applause for the speaker and the The next speaker, Toastmaster Himani Pandey. She is the pathway is leadership development, level 2, project 2, will be evaluated by DTM Dr. Rajdeep Manwani.
Toastmasters, General Evaluator, and Himani in particular. Today you took us through a journey of your leadership style. So what I'm going to do is take 4 words, lead, and try and evaluate you. Might not be in the same order, but let's see what you did well. There were 2 things which you did well. L was the logical connect. You had a very, very logical speech with a lot of management jargon, which you put in a concise form. What type of leadership style you have, what you took up, the pace setting, and all those different things, and how you put it together was brilliant. And also you told a story of how you went through your management journey and how you rectified the mistake. The second thing which I liked about your speech was your articulation. You have a very fluent voice and a very, very nice way of putting things across. You articulate beautifully in the right way, in the right tone, and making us all want to listen to what you have to say. Now the L and A are done. Now what could you do better? The E and the D. E is exemplify and simplify. When I was listening to your speech, I felt that there was too much of management jargon. It was the, my manager called me and there was too much bandwidth, there was this. So suppose I tell you all articles that correspond to the resplendence need not be all of it. You won't understand. And most of us felt that way when you were going through your speech because you had so much of that, the performance files, etc. So might we give examples? See, I was there, they were not giving the solutions, they were actually not willing to rectify the problem when the problem was going on, but only take it afterwards. Give examples and simplify things, exemplify and simplify. And the second thing which I want you to do is add dialogue and drama, the D, the E and the D stand for the improvement point. And think you're speaking to your husband. Give a dialogue. My manager called me and he said, Himani, I think you're not doing a good job. No, sir, but I don't know what I'm going wrong with. Might be give them psychological safety. Create a drama. Like Shreya, do a disco wall, whatever she did. Correct or not? Do something which will create dialogue, drama within your speech to make it much, much better. So you did a great job, but just simplify, exemplify. And at the end of the day, you said your coaching style was the style of leadership. But we all got a little confused because you had so many leadership styles in the middle that it became a little confusing. But otherwise, I will not use Google to create a poem. This is my genuine poem. Shreya had 15 lines from one Google, but I'm original. I am a Google original. Correct? So, Himani, today you took us through a wonderful journey of your leadership style. Just a little bit of articulation made it look as if you were going through a management file. But had you just done a little more exemplification and simplification, you would have been on top of the pile. Thank you so much.
So that is not Google, that is Rajdeep sir. For a great evaluation, I would like to add one thing. I felt my humble suggestion, like from the generic to be little more specific. What was it would have added more drama if you had really specifically said what was the one thing that happened in the or what was a problem. Then that would have added more interest to it, to what you said. Another thing which I thought, it's my personal feeling, is you told about your leadership style in the beginning itself. If you could have said a few instances and said, okay, this is how I identify my leadership style, I thought it would have been a notch higher. But for a great speech and a greater evaluation, let's give it a big applause. The next speaker, Toastmaster Pradeep Padmanabhan. Pathway is Motivational Strategies, attempting Level 2, Project 3, Introduction to Toastmaster Mentoring. The evaluator is Toastmaster Pandey.
Pradeep today, your delivery and your content. Now to start with your delivery, from the time you started on how everybody expects you to be a fantastic speaker because you're a Toastmaster, your vocal variety, facial expressions, your communication of the grief on your face, everything was top notch. And I've always been a fan of your speech delivery because I've always seen you give vivid speeches, could be about your adventure, could be about how you overcome difficulties in every process. So in terms of delivery, you do a fantastic job throughout. Even the segue or the transition of getting your mentor into the story, into your presentation was actually too good as well. Your specific pauses were purposeful. You have a fantastic or a natural movement on your stage which amplifies the presentation as well. Even then, even when you had a glitchy start, you actually got the audience to be on your speech. You did not have a sense of disbelief or a sense of fatigue on your face when you were actually going through that difficult patch when presenting your presentation here at the start. So all in all, in terms of your delivery, it is completely natural, and obviously everybody has something unique, and the way you communicate effectively, the way you pause, the way your transition happens, the way you look at the audience, your movement, your gestures really work wonders for you. Now, in terms of your content, if you ask me if having a presentation amplified your overall delivery, I don't fully think so. The purpose says how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. Overall, how Alok helped you unlearn and learn how did he improve you in totality, right? What were the top one or two value that you took out of Abhay's work or Abhay's way of gauging you throughout were actually missing, right? Specifically, what are these one or two areas which has helped you or transformed you the person that you are? Could have been highlighted in a manner which wasn't on your presentation. And the other correction that I feel is that your entire presentation had you seeking micro validations throughout, in the form of isn't it, don't you think so, right, this, that. Generally people use that when they feel that the audience is not with them. But you have that natural ability to have people throughout, right? So you do not have to have throughout your presentation. But as I said, the delivery that you have is something which is very paramount to you. You've been doing it fantastically well throughout. And the kind of improvement that Alok has done on you, I think you should definitely take him out on camera dinner tonight. Well, thank you.
Senior Toastmaster had shared this tip with me, and let me share it with you for your benefit. So when the PPT is on, he had told me to stand not on the podium, so that it will avoid the letters running on your face. So, and you will not hide what is on the PPT. So I think that was a good suggestion. Take it and for a great speech and a wonderful evaluation. Great speech and a wonderful evaluation. Let's give a big round of applause. Going on to the tag roles. The timer, Toastmaster Vineet.
So for the interest of time, I'll keep it short. In case of prepared speeches, both Vishal and Pradeep for more than 7 minutes. Himani 6 minutes. Evaluation, all the evaluators for more than 3 minutes. Table topics, in terms of exceeding the time, Richardson and Puneet for more than 2 minutes. Rest all were another time limit. Thank you.
Toastmaster Chandrashekar.
In total, we had 13 speakers, 3 prepared speeches and 10 tabletop speakers. Of the 13 speakers, 9 speakers had less than 3 filler words. And those 9 are Vishal, Pradeep, Priyanka, Richard, D'Souza, Puneet Surana, Ashwati, Sonal, Chiran, and Rashi. Back to me.
Grammarian Toastmaster Anand.
Good evening once again. Here's my grammarian report. The word of the day is used thrice by Toastmaster Vishal, Himani, and Toastmaster Vijay. Sorry, DTM Vijay. In terms of good usage, one size doesn't fit all. Continuing to do the same and expecting something different is insanity. Love is a two-sided coin. Some suggestions from my end. Somebody told for the clarity of guest can be used as for the benefit of the guest. During my 11th, 12th days could be college days. Someone said people who have been on love could be used in love. Yes, you are in love when you are on roller coaster. So jealousness can be used as jealousy. So that is from my end. Over to you.
The tag role plays a very important role in the meeting, because from 6:30 to 8:30 the mind is, it cannot move this side, that side. They are continuously listening to all the speakers who come up. So let's give them a big round of applause. The password for the link which is shared in the WhatsApp group is 1430. You can make your choices now. While you're doing that, the evaluation, the general evaluation is, I'm winding it here and passing it to Shastry.
As children, we used to say trials, right? The applause for Toastmaster was trials. Now all real. Let's give it up for Toastmaster Smitha Roshy. Thank you, Toastmaster Smitha. From a lens of a very senior Toastmaster, 11 years, different clubs, different members' perspectives. Dear sir, thank you so much. Before I sign off, one last small incident. This manager was very stressed out. So he asked one of his direct reports, is very humorous. You're very good at humor. Just quickly send me a very funny joke incident on WhatsApp. The direct report replied, sir, I'm very busy now. I'm working very hard. End of day, I'll come back to you. Manager started laughing. Oh brother, don't bother. This is the most funniest thing I've heard. Now what I want to say is, you have been a very good audience, very hard by listening and staying here at the end of the day. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the meeting. With this I sign off. Thank you.
Can we once again have a big round of applause for all the role takers? I have a small announcement. We will be, for the members, we will be conducting our international speech contest and evaluation contest on February 20th. And the contest form is out. It will be closed tomorrow by 3 p.m. So if you have not registered your name, please register soon. Today. Other than that, we from the last since the last meeting and today's meeting, we have few guests who have joined from Scalar School of Technology, and I would like you to please stand, and so that we can acknowledge your presence. And I would also like to acknowledge the presence of and thank you for initiating the whole bringing them to the meeting. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you liked and enjoyed today's meeting. Now we are towards the end. Let me we'll go over the awards quickly. Best auxiliary role taker goes to someone who told that grammar is equal to a wedding dress and vocabulary is equal to jewelry. What a statement. Big round of applause for Toastmaster Anand. Best Role Taker Award goes to someone who shared stories, and many stories, and made us rolling on our seats. So, the award goes to Distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Anand. The Evaluator Award goes to someone who closed her evaluation with a beautiful poem and defeated the OG of the club, Toastmaster Shreya Sadugol. The Best Table Topic Award goes to someone who was blushing on stage while sharing a very romantic moment from his life, holding the baby, the hand of the baby, which is his wife.
Not baby.
Toastmaster Abhay Kothari. He's gone back to his baby or baby. The Best Speaker Award goes to someone who shared his journey of failing and rising. Toastmaster Pradeep Padmanabhan. Since we are celebrating Valentine's Day, we have Best Dressed Male and Female Award as well. For Best Dressed Male goes to Distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Anand. And Best Dressed Female goes to, there is a tie, Toastmaster Smitha, Roshy and Toastmaster Shivangi Bhatt. Guests, please, there will be Toastmaster Rashid, can I request you to please stand? And Toastmaster Priyanka and Toastmaster Srinivas. So they will be conducting a briefing with all of you so please, after the meeting ends, please take your snacks and meet them outside. Thank you so much. Now I close meeting number 1515.